Cedric Struggs. Here, he is a teenager and was only 18 years old when he went to prison. And this is Cedric Struggs' Wednesday in court more than 40 years later. And with California's felony murder law changing, his mother is hoping any day now her son will be home.
Even if he had did it, 42 years? Boy, that's a long time.
Doris Shotwell has continued to fight for her son, Cedric Struggs, for years. He went to prison back in 1981 for felony murder. According to appellate court documents in 1980, Struggs and two other men entered a gas station in Bakersfield with the intent to rob it. But during the robbery, one of the men shot and killed a victim and shot another woman. However, according to court documents, Struggs did not fire the gun. And now he's been in prison for 42 years for felony murder.
So they convicted my son. And Ed Jacobs said he thought my son did it. And the lady witness that got shot, she said she didn't even see him.
During the 1980s, California law allowed a person to be convicted of felony murder if a person died while the felony was in progress. But in 2019, Senate Bill 1437 went into effect that says a person is guilty of felony murder if he or she commits, attempts, or participates in a felony and one of the following is true. He or she kills a person. He or she aids or abets in committing murder in the first degree with an intent to kill. He or she was a major participant in the felony and acted with reckless indifference to human life. Or because of the defendant's acts, a peace officer was killed while engaged in the performance of his or her duties. Because of this change, the California Attorney General's office tells 23 ABC in part, quote, "Our office agreed that the case should be remanded to the Superior Court for a new hearing regarding the potential applicability of SB 1437. And Wednesday, Struggs appeared in court for his resentencing hearing. The hearing was continued through Thursday. His mother tells me she doesn't understand what is taking so long to release her son.
I don't know why they want to keep holding him, because if that was their son, they wouldn't want them to be in there 42 years and he didn't have a gun.
Shotwell tells me Struggs also has a disability and was behind an average IQ level when he went to prison.
Then when he got in prison, he couldn't spell Bakersfield even to write me home. And he said, "Mama, I had to get people to read the letters for me." So that's hard. And the prison that they sent him to was really bad. And they said, well, he's in there fighting.
But his friend Sandra Broussard says he's learned a lot during his time behind bars, and they want him to be able to use that.
The last part of his life, he'd be able to spend it here in the world and do what he wasn't able to do in his younger days. Give him the strength to do what he learned in the prison and what he has went through and do better when he get out.
And his mom is continuing to advocate for
freedom for Cedric Struggs, my oldest son. Freedom!
I asked his mom about the day her boy comes home. What does it do to your heart to think about the day that he will be able to walk free?
To come home, oh boy, it was going to be joy. We're going to have a time. First, we're going to go to the church and we're going to pray a prayer over him that Lord would bless him, and I know he's going to do good.
And Struggs is due back in court Thursday at 9 a.m. Of course, we will continue to follow this case and bring you any updates as they become available. Live in downtown Bakersfield, Brianna Willis, 23 ABC News, connecting you.